And we're live.
But yeah, anyway, that Frank Hassel Boogie story has been the most interesting little internet development to me over the course of the last week. And I think you're right. Like, it does. I didn't see, granted, I haven't been on Twitter a lot today, but I haven't seen a lot of new developments. It'll probably just fade away.
I don't know. That would be silly for Frank to let it fade away if he could like press some sort of civil charges or something like that and just keep digging the shit fire.
Yeah, because I'm sure it's good for his views and shit.
Of course it is.
I barely heard of it. This is all I know about Frank Hassel is he's the guy who hassles Boogie. Like that's his identity at this point. Maybe he can springboard this to the guy that hassles other people as well.
Oh, let's hope so.
Right? Hassel, don't come at me. I don't want any trouble.
He's like, no, trust me, bro. I can just straight up murder this guy. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's legal. The cops told me it's totally cool.
This, by the way.
Yeah. Apparently, the journalist organization Motherboard reached out to Frank Hassel for comment. Hassel emailed a photo of a giant piece of shit in a dry toilet.
Dude, you got to watch Frank's videos. He goes around asking people. He goes around with an open pack of hot dogs, asking people if they drop their dogs, and they'll go insane. Like regular people will just start freaking out that he keeps asking them if they drop their hot dogs because of the absurdity of it, I guess.
Oh, that's an enormous turd.
It says here, hi there, I'm a reporter with Motherboard, Vice's science and tech site. I'm reaching out to see if you'd be interested in doing an interview about the shooting. Just the only response is a giant turd in a dry toilet.
Look at Frank's URL.
It says gag on it. Good God, how can that? This person has a huge butthole.
Did I ever tell you?
Any poop that leaves my butthole is shaped into something smaller. This is like a baby.
I've never seen a shit like that. You're right.
You had Boogie2988 on, and didn't you?
1488.
There you go.
That's true. We've had him on a number of times.
Although you can't judge him because of the hypnotism that he's been subjected to.
Dude, oh my God. That would be the funniest defense. Claiming that he was under Frank's hypnotic rule as he fired that.
That's great.
This serious psychic was threatening me with mental control, and when he arrived, there was a force pulling me to the door. I willed with every ounce of my being to roll back, but I couldn't. I had to come through the door.
Can I just say that threatening someone with sissy hypno might be the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
That is honestly fucking hilarious.
See?
And honestly, the name Dr. Don Wario, that's pretty fucking funny.
That's what started all this.
Because I watched a little bit of the clip on his channel where he's just like accosting some old man at a grocery store, being like, I'm Dr. Don Wario, you haven't been taking your pills. And the guy's like, get away from me, stop bothering me. And the employees are coming up and he's like, don't listen to this man, he's crazy, he hasn't taken his prescribed pills. My name is Dr. Don Wario, and he's supposed to be transitioning into a woman. Sir, take your pills, take your state mandated pills. Like, just yelling at him.
Boogie said, telling me he's going to hog tie and rape and kill me doesn't seem funny to me. I'm like, the rape part didn't seem funny to you, Boogie? Come on.
Wait, he said, I'm going to hog tie you?
The very idea that Boogie's flexible enough to be hog tied.
Hog-tied.
Some extension carabiners in there.
Boogie's looking better and better. Like,
he did.
Take it as a compliment.
He looks better than he once did, but although he did weigh more than a quarter of a ton.
I'm just saying, people clearly want to have forced sex with him, and that never happened before. I think it's
actually not according to court records. Oh man,
no,
God, that was the grossest thing that I'd ever heard on PKA, by the way.
Which one?
And that is quite the fucking statement, right? Like we've gone down some gross fucking corridors.
I watched a guy fuck a chicken on this show.
You yourself have directly linked me dozens of beheadings.
So many beheadings, so much poop chomping. Remember the poop chomper?
The guy wearing the goggles? The one that burns me, yeah.
He's wearing the goggles and he's just underneath the lady's butthole. And she must have a very high fiber diet because she's just feeding it to him. Oh. And he has this look of pure pleasure on his face. Like he's like a kid in the movies who gets their head under the soft serve ice cream machine and they're just like checking to make sure the coast is clear. And then, yeah, chocolate, vanilla at the same time, as much as I can take.
Yeah,
but it's poop, not soft serve. So he's just
Wait, what were you saying about Boogie?
I'm saying that story he told us
Which?
about that girl that I don't remember if he paid her or what he did to her to make her be there, but having her pop the pimples on his back and talking about the pus and how she liked the pus.
Oh God.
And all that stuff. It was just too real for me. It got too real in that moment for me. I
don't even like remembering it.
I don't like remembering it either. But it comes to me every night and in the late hours.
What causes Boogie to have back knee, I wonder?
It's probably sweaty.
I mean, I hate to be mean, but it's when you don't wash well oftentimes and the pores get clogged. You know, it's a lot of real estate back there.
So you can't reach it, you know. Probably.
Also, he's clearly very high T.
True.
Yeah, I don't even think Sissy Hypno would work on a man like him.
No, it wouldn't.
It would be a fruitless endeavor.
It would probably just rebound off of him and go back at Frank, and he would himself become Sissy Hypno.
It would make Boogie the bull. It would be bull Hypno on him. They'd be trying
Dom.
to, right? Yeah, he would look at the Dom role and adopt that one.
That's what he should see. That's what Boogie should have done. If he'd fully embraced this, if he'd said that, he's like, I'm too much of a man to be Sissy Hypno. Others have tried it, and you'll fail where they did, my friend. It's going to rebound upon you.
That would be
that is the right move. Hindsight's 2020.
What if he showed up and instead of a gun, Boogie walked out with a quadruple XL like ballerina outfit, like a sissy outfit, and he starts forcibly dressing Frank in it. Like what if he'd had a couple of big old boys? What if he'd had like 3 Jeremys there to like get in a tussle with Frank and wrestle him to the ground and start applying sissy makeup to Frank?
Dude, the ultimate way to turn this around would have been for Boogie to open the door with no gun, immediately charge Frank, and start tearing his pants off. Saying,
rape him first.
I'm going to suck your cock. Saying it in a robotic voice, and then Frank, who doesn't want his dick sucked by Boogie, is going to be the one trying to escape. This is high IQ.
Frank strikes me as the kind of man who fully commits.
Yeah,
if that means busting a load on Boogie, he's gonna do it. I 100%.
No, Your Honor, would this man employ the sissy hypnosis defense for firing the gun when in fact he had sucked Mr. Frank Hassel to completion not 2 minutes prior?
It would be hilarious if Boogie and Frank Hassel started playing gay chicken, and then all of a sudden they're like getting married and adopting children, like each one of them not backing down. I like that.
Yeah,
I do. How about that? How about that?
I guess we better go get a marriage license then, huh?
Are we gonna get registered?
I guess both of us better find a fucking caterer, huh? yeah, I bet you will, bitch. You're such a fucking bitch. You won't pick out a caterer. You picked out a caterer. Okay.
Yeah, but you're gonna hate this. I like salmon. Me too. Me too. You like salmon? Not many people do. Yeah. Actually, I love it. Really? Huh?
Yeah, we're gonna have the kind of wedding where people have to choose between fish or eggplant. No chicken, no beef. How you like that? That would be enough for Boogie off.
Yeah, I would have loved that, but instead he came out wielding a 44 revolver. And
I'm gonna take a warning shot in 30 seconds.
And fired it wildly into the air. I love that. He's like, I'm gonna give you a warning shot in 30 seconds. Fuck you, pussy. Do it right now. Do it right now. I need 30 seconds. Bang.
And he's even saying it like an unhinged lunatic where he's like, fire it now. Fire it now. Open fire. Open fire. Like it's. It is. I feel like I would never want that visited upon me. Like what Boogie's dealing with here. That's fucked up and that's awful. You shouldn't show up at someone's house.
Taylor, but I keep going back. Well, I agreed with you before Dick came on tonight because Dick gave me so much more information. The fact that Boogie invited this, literally. Now I realize it wasn't.
I understand.
I realize it would be like, yeah, fuck you, come get me. But if I said it once, you might understand. But if I spend like 10 minutes being like, no, fuck you. Come get me. Come get me. You know where I live. Fucking come here. Fucking come at me, bro. You think I'm a sissy? You think your hypnotism will work on me? I've been trained to resist it. Bring it. Bring it. Bring it. At some point,
Dick, is that an accurate
Take your best shot.
Dick?
Go listen to it. Seriously,
it's right now. We're kind of busy right now.
Oh no,
You will hear the I hate this, don't do this, but every single time it's like also laced with I'm gonna fucking kill you and do it, I dare you, do it. Like if you saw two guys rubbing their nipples together outside of a bar doing this routine, and then one of them got socked and goes, call the police, somebody call the police, that guy hit me, you'd go like, you shut the fuck up. You were there the whole time asking for it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm before the show, I was definitely 1,000% on the Boogie side of this thing. But if I'm hearing that, like he kept,
what I'm hearing is Dick's not telling it down the middle, right? In this last time around, he's like, "Hey, you're also going to hear Boogie say, I wish this wouldn't happen. I wish that you would go away." Right?
Yeah.
There were some fighting words in there mixed with a whole lot of, I seriously don't want to fight. Like
yeah, that's accurate. I think that is, I don't think you can mix them. Once you start in with the you're a pussy if you don't show up at my house and knock on the door, and then the guy knocks on your door, it's like, well, I mean, you were kind of asked him to do that, bud. Don't open the door.
He says, you know where I live, Frank. I'm waiting. I'm locked and loaded.
Kyle, I'm sorry, Dick, is this little recap video I linked here?
Is that going to have the podcast that we're talking about?
No. It doesn't have the Keemstar stuff. This is the one that Frank Hassel posted.
That's Frank Hassel's video. Yeah, it's a little disjointed.
It's disjointed.
You know what the worst part of
so
I'm just scanning through this a bit. Apparently, there's a lot of other footage of Woody wildly brandishing the gun, making crazy eyes. That I'm sure he did.
Woody doing it.
No, Boogie.
Sorry, Boogie.
Okay.
There's a lot of other footage in this video of Boogie brandishing the gun wildly with insano eyes indoors that I'm 99% sure is like taken from some sort of YouTube skit he did. Not a good idea to do skits with your future murder weapon, I think maybe. Like it's the same gun. It's the same gun. And he's like in a house, like waving it around, looking crazy eyes. And then they just edit that in with the footage of him on his step, pointing the gun at Frank with his finger right on the trigger, by the way. Frank is an idiot because Boogie is this close away from fucking killing him. And Frank doesn't realize it. He thinks Boogie's afraid. Boogie is afraid. And he's going to kill you if you push him just a little bit further. He's this close to killing that man.
Boogie, I think he has suicidal thoughts. You know what? As I'm just thinking about this, it just occurred to me. Boogie's really prone to self-harm, right? Boogie makes decisions on his live streams at his YouTube channel with he self-sabotages all the time. Why does he jump on a bed in the back of his live stream and start humping a stuffed animal or something as some way to say that I would never hire a prostitute or no one would ever want to fuck me? I forget what warped explanation he had, but he does shit that he knows is going to have negative ramifications on him. Is this just one more in a long chain of events where Boogie hurts himself in weird ways?
I agree with you, because that's exactly the feeling that I had when he was asking me what he should do. And I'm like, man, you're being a complete lunatic. Like, this guy's talking about sissy hypnotizing you. Right. Just don't open the door. Like, don't break any laws, but definitely don't pull a gun out.
Call the police. You can have a gun and sit on your living room couch and feel safe while the police come.
Yep.
Yeah. I had the same feeling as you, that it was just like, this is another dumb self-harm decision that you're making right now.
He needs to see a therapist.
I'm sure he has.
Well, the worst part is we were going to do a show. Boogie and me were supposed to do a podcast together.
Oh, you guys are starting a podcast? What will you call it?
We were going to reboot The Biggest Problem Show on September 11th. But he backed out at the last minute because, quote, he doesn't want to be involved with that side of the internet anymore. I'm like, okay, well, you got a hell of a way to.
Wait, you got a hell of a way. Going to do a regular podcast on his schedule?
Yeah, once a month. We were going to do the exact same biggest problem format where we both brought in a problem and then argued if it was better or not. And this whole Frank Hassel thing scared him off of. He said he didn't want to be part of it anymore. And then he lays into Frank on Keemstar and starts pulling out guns and doing some yard pops. At least he'd have something to sell if we'd have done the show. But no luck.
Jesus Christ.
Boogie, he needs help. He needs mental help, professional help. He keeps self-sabotaging. He keeps doing these like events that give people ammunition against him, and I don't like when people victim blame, right? Like everyone's picking on him. So what are you doing to encourage people to pick on you? But in some cases, it's like it's the internet. I'm not going to be able to change the internet. We can only change you.
Yeah.
I don't get the hate that he gets. Like everybody really seems to, or a lot of people really seem to just dislike him viscerally, and they're not able to put into words why they hate him. It's weird. You don't see that a lot, but when you do, like when you see so many people just mindlessly hate somebody and not really be able to explain why, it's weird. It's weird to me. I like him.
He went from this swing of, the nicest person that could ever exist, right? To more of a regular person. And they consider that to be like, I don't know, this
blasphemy.
I don't know, this awful turn. Like, oh my God, he said that he would never shoot another person. He'd sooner shoot himself. And then if he were being mugged than to shoot the mugger, right? Now that's probably untrue.
They were just wildly underestimating how suicidal he was. That was not an anti-gun stance.
Yeah. I think that it's not that I don't understand the fussing people have at all. I just think it doesn't fit the crime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of the crime, he definitely committed one.
Right.
Like reckless. I don't know. There's probably some local ordinance or reckless use of a firearm or brandishing or something. I don't know. It'll depend. It'll depend if they want to actually do anything to him. They may do nothing, or they may do something. We'll see. Probably nothing.
Hopefully nothing.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
he doesn't need any more trouble.
Yeah, but I want to see stuff happen.
No, hopefully it all just blows over.
How about if you want to see stuff happen, maybe Frank Hassel does it to someone else and he gets punched. That's the kind of internet drama that I think I'd enjoy.
Just punched.
Repeat ground and pound. Is that okay? Can you work with me?
No.
It's got
Brock Lesnar, you're a pussy, and I'm gonna sissy hypno you.
Can a sissy? I swear to God, that's one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
That is an incredibly funny threat.
That's incredibly funny. Like, how can you not? Like, if you threatened me with sissy hypnotism, Taylor, like even if I was pissed at you before and I was like legitimately angry, I'd just be like, wait, what? All right, it's funny. All right, it's funny. Please don't.
They come to your house with what, like a watch clock, a timepiece, and swing it in front of your eyes, or however hypnosis works.
And a bunch of sex toys.
And and maybe some outfits. Yeah.
Yeah, I just swing in a string of anal beads right in front of you.